Wow,
Oh,
that's new.
That is definitely that is new.
That is new. There's no way I could
It gives me
possibly
the
sneak it
option to
anywhere.
leave the
can I
meeting.
leave now?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I actually like that. So like, if it was like, if I decided I just don't want to do it today, I can just leave. It's just like,
Wait, you
okay,
guys couldn't leave the meeting before?
no, we can, but like now it notifies us that
Because of that sound. Yeah, it's like leave meeting or continue.
Oh, that's weird. I don't get that option. I can
I
end the
think
whole thing.
I
I have
think
that
maybe it's
power.
because we have headphones on. I've never heard that before.
No,
Nah,
I mean,
this is definitely new. At least the pop up is new for sure.
something popped
Maybe
up
they
on the
updated.
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. For those who don't know what we're talking about, I just started recording the episode and
Which
I
is
explained
nobody.
yeah, like three people. So I just started recording the episode and there was like this robot voice that was like the meeting has now started recording and it never does that. So that was kind of weird. Um,
Zoom is constantly updating itself.
All right. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is going to be the spitballing episode or winging it episode, but we're just going to start talking now.
Well, we should have then discussed what we were gonna do.
No, well now it's
No,
partially the winging it episode because now we're just doing it live, baby.
Now we're watching you and recording.
we're doing it
You may
live.
leave, but
Yeah.
you may be fined.
Okay.
Poorly made.
Poorly made episode. I don't know what number. It's been so long.
30.
So it's been a
Balls
while.
in your mouth.
It's been a while for anyone who does follow the episode. I've had someone reach out and be like, "Hey man, where's the new episode?" And that was like 3 weeks ago. So you know,
One of
I-
our
For
top
like-
fans.
loyal fans. And
I'm about to die. I got a really bad prognosis, and like you guys haven't put anything out. Like
imagine that was why. Like, oh, Mike got sick. He died. So we had to figure out.
no, I meant like if someone was like a fan and they were like, just before I die, I need to hear one more poorly made
Oh.
episode.
I mean, that
To
would
keep them hanging on by a thread.
That's interesting.
if we ever got to that point where we were keeping someone alive, that would be
Then I have a whole plethora of topics that we could discuss and keep
Right.
them going.
most of them to deal with child support.
Or my hatred of women.
Yes.
I was gonna say either that or like why strippers don't deserve education or something. No.
Wait, I'm super progressive, so I totally believe strippers should.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely believes in stripper rights because he needs them to exist and they're happy
I was gonna say, yeah.
in order to serve him.
Give them health care,
I'm almost like voting strippers for president.
free
Well,
community college.
Oh, I'm all for free community college.
Oh, you know, actually,
Go ahead.
speaking of that, I just want to say that I recently got a bill for my health care, and I have like health care through the marketplace or Obamacare, and they sent me a letter recently that said, "Congratulations, your health care is now zero. Your bill is now $0.00." And not that it was that much money before, but I was like, what is this Bernie stuff? Like,
Wait, why you
It's
put
like,
down?
what is this Bernie nonsense?
Yeah, I was like, what
What
do
is
you mean
this
it's
libtard
free?
Bernie socialism nonsense?
Are they trying to hack me?
Wow, that is such an
It's-
American response.
Yeah.
What do you
Like
mean
free
it's
healthcare.
free? You mean like it's free? Like I have to pay you sometimes? Like what is it? What is this?
That's funny you said that because recently, like
Let's do a deep analytical response to Mike's lighthearted joke now.
no, it's funny you said that because like recently in the mail, I got like a prepaid debit card.
Like a rush card.
Like a Visa card, basically. Prepaid debit card based on like a overpayment by my insurance, apparently.
Oh, like you
Yeah.
got money back.
Yeah,
Nice.
small amount. Like I was joking. I was joking with
Small amount
so-
in Kamal's wages, that could be like $36,000.
Yeah,
No, it
seriously.
was- it
That's
wasn't.
another
It was-
man's salary.
It was really small. That's why I was like, because I was joking with the lady because she was with me when I got it,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, if it's like, I was like, oh, it's if it's triple digits, then we going on a trip. And then I activate the card and like find out the balance, and I was like, I'm gonna just put this aside for my like to update my like Metro card.
Oh, yeah. That's okay.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
so
talking
like
about MetroCard money.
yeah, this is like this ain't trip money. This is. I was
Hey,
hoping.
Still a
I was
trip.
like,
Still a trip.
it's still a trip. I was hoping. I was like, please tell me they've overcharged me thousands of dollars, and
Hmm.
now they put that on a card. It was like, nah, it's just like a few extra bus fares. And I was like, all right,
You take what you can
uh,
get.
you take what you
extra
can get.
money's extra money.
So I know Mike is kind of working a little bit. Not, I mean, you work full time basically, but like you're still not going to the office every day, or are you? Do you go to the office every day?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, I'm in my summer hours, so I'm lucky I get Fridays off.
Hmm.
But previously, yeah, the only day I wasn't going to work was Mondays. That's when I worked from home. But next week I have to start going every day that I actually like I'm scheduled to work. I'll be there every day.
Are your coworkers wearing masks?
Literally, they just told us. Well, actually, it wasn't just, but on May 24th, that's when the CDC recommended a change in the indoor mask wearing.
Hmm.
Um, some people are. Up until like last time I was at work, I still wore a mask, but I noticed like yeah, people aren't really. They stopped wearing them indoors. So today I didn't wear a mask inside.
I think I have
Um,
PTSD because like I still I work in a very public space.
You take it personally when you don't see that mask.
When people don't have masks, I'm like, I'm like,
yeah,
and like I still wear a mask to work every day, and it's becoming like more and more people that aren't wearing it, and we were told like if if people have the vaccine, then they don't need to wear a mask. But it's like if they're inside, then they should have a mask. I don't know if it's been updated since I last read this, but like I'm used to everyone that comes into my building at least having to wear a mask, and then when I don't, my initial reaction is still like, "What are you doing?"
yeah, it looks weird.
Yeah.
It looks
So
like it
now,
looks like I don't even like I was in Starbucks the other day and there was like 4 or 5 people not wearing a mask and I was like, this is uncomfortable.
yeah,
But I
it's
mean
not
it
great.
is that's like but like how like are
We
the
got to go
people
back.
that what?
We got to go back to normal at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, but to me it's like the people who immediately were like, all right, no more masks,
Mm.
like to me like those like could be the people that never believed in this whole thing in the first place and were
That's the
like, yeah, I'm
scary
not getting
part,
fucking vaccinated. Like,
right? That's what's scary is because like where I work again, a lot of tourists, and hate to say it, a lot of Southern people. Okay, and you
you're
hear
gonna
those,
hate there.
you
Mwah.
hear those accents, and you're like, oh my god, you don't believe in the vaccine, you don't believe in
Yeah.
coronavirus. So like, I know that you don't, you're not protecting yourself, and you're just out here thriving and breathing in my face, and yeah, it doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
No
Yeah, but
hate
the good thing though is
Southern,
that
we
like
may
if
have.
they what'd you say?
No hate to any Southern viewers that we may have. I'm sure you guys are
No,
listening.
absolutely. We have hate for you. No. The good thing is that honestly, like in the end excuse me, in the end we're not gonna be the ones that
That
get
die.
yeah, like they will be. Like,
I
so
mean, knock on wood.
I mean, I don't want them to die. I just don't want them to
I don't
die
want them
near
to
me.
die either, but
Mm,
if you're dumb enough not to, you know, check out research and
I don't know. My
I don't know.
my my apprehension with it was like based on the fact that like I feel like they made a thing that like, oh, if you're vaccinated and stuff like that. I feel like you should have made that declaration after like a majority of the
Right.
population was
Yeah, yes.
vaccinated.
Like reach horde immunity, and then everyone would be like,
Yeah, like if you
let's
like
feel good
when you
about it.
had statistics that like I don't know that like 65% of eligible people, 70% of eligible people were
Hmm.
vaccinated, then I would be like, okay, now you can make that declaration. Like I'm seeing there are TikTok videos where they're like people are making like they have like a Hunger Games. They played the Hunger Games song
Hmm.
while they like pose, like showing their dedication to not being vaccinated, and I was like, oh god.
Oh wow.
I was like, they
I
ruined
mean,
everything. I can
The
that
bigger
was
the bigger shock for me here is that Kamal's on TikTok.
yeah,
not really.
seriously.
The lady's on TikTok and she shares
Ah,
stuff, so
that's a
I
good
get it.
excuse. Good cover.
I get it. I get it secondhand.
I take
Okay.
everything I see on there with a grain of salt because it's social media and there's no, like
Nah,
who do we even know? Who are these people? Who are they?
they're all
Do you think
they're all
people are
down.
faking it? Do you think people are faking not having the vaccine? I feel like black people are. Because I was totally ready to. I recently faked not having the vaccine. Like full disclosure,
It's
I
not. Oh, I don't know about
talked to
faking
a
it.
person and
I
fuck
have
that
no.
vaccine, and I was like, yeah, and I was like,
I have no like unless I want to. I'm not going. I'm not going to disclose whether or not I'm vaccinated.
right, yeah, that's the
Well,
thing. Like, I'm not, and it's really just because I don't want to have the conversations like around it. So like when
Also, it's
I encounter,
like unless the person feels that like they feel uncomfortable around a non-vaccinated person,
mhm,
and I'll let them know whether or not I am.
right,
But like otherwise, like like or unless it affects me, like me being able to move around,
right,
nobody needs to know my status as long, especially if I spend most of my time at home anyway. You don't need to know
right. No, I mean I get
I
it.
just I feel like I need to challenge that a little bit. I don't.
Okay.
I need to play the devil's advocate here for a second.
Oh wait, you're not
Um,
supposed to. According to a friend of ours, what was it about the? Let me
think
see if I
his
can find. Let
think
me see
his
if I can find the.
name rhymes with Bavon. No, I'm just
Nah,
kidding.
nah. Wait, I think the quote is should I do this? Let me
Let's
see.
not get into it, Mike. What were you gonna say?
Let's
Please,
not do it.
please.
I was just gonna say, um, like while your medical history and records are obviously completely, your business and
Hmm.
whatnot, like what about getting a vaccine has to be like so like, oh, people don't need to be knowing my status? Like, to me, like, I don't really understand that,
That's the
especially
principle of
given the
it's my medical history and
circumstances.
it's none of their business if I'm not
Yeah, but
interacting with them.
like like if you were ever asked something else, like it's not like they're saying like, do you have AIDS? Like,
Right.
they're
It's
asking
this is a
like,
principle. This is based on principle. Like just the
what is
idea
the
that it's
principle though? I guess that's like my question.
my
Guys,
my
medical
What's
history is
the
private information.
the right to privacy of my private information, my private home, especially
yeah,
when
but
it's not. I'm not interacting with the public.
yeah, but if you're
In a
yeah,
dangerous manner.
if you're
In a
not
dangerous.
interacting with the public, then I suppose, yeah, like there's no reason for people to know it. But like, for example, my job is asking me to send them my vaccination card, basically, like a copy of it, because then I can walk around without wearing a mask at work.
Yeah. So yeah. So that
So,
yeah, and you're entitled, and if you feel comfortable with it, or unless if the job makes it mandatory, my position would be if I was you, if they make it mandatory, if I feel like I don't want to wear a mask anymore,
Hmm.
yada yada, then you're free to do so. Until then,
What I don't like and what I never liked was that people were posting that they got the vaccination. That was a bit much for me. I was just
um,
like,
it always felt like
it feels like a
the
badge
I
of
voted
honor.
sticker.
Yeah,
It felt like
yeah.
the I voted stickers. Be
And it
like,
wasn't because people were actually proud that they voted. It's because it was like they were fulfilling a social obligation to
yeah, I
post.
guess, I guess, I don't know. I guess it kind of is fair and makes sense because, like, if you believe that like everyone should be getting vaccinated, then
Mhm.
you promoting and showing that you get like
Right.
were vaccinated may compel or may may compel someone else that you
Hmm.
know in your circle
To get the
who was
vaccination.
reluctant or wasn't be like, oh, my friend or my family member got it, maybe I'll get it too,
Hmm.
or something like that.
yeah, I don't think everybody that posted getting vaccinated, it was to fulfill some other social ulterior motive. I think that getting the vaccine, like whether you believe it or not, is saving the world literally because it's killed hundreds of thousands of people. So I think being proud of that is like, I think it's a good thing. Like, if you have ulterior motives, obviously, and you just want to be like famous on Instagram, yeah,
I don't
that's
think
different.
I don't think unless you're famous already, I don't think
No, I don't
nobody's
mean
gonna
that. I
be
mean like,
famous.
I just mean like, like, oh, you get more
You're
likes
trying
because
to
you're doing
like you're
something
trying to
popular.
you're trying to virtue signal for social media. Yeah, I get that.
But
There's this HBO comedy show. So this comedian Sam J. She has a new HBO show, and
I've seen like a lot of ads on that, but I haven't seen
it's
the
pretty
show.
good. It's pretty good. I would definitely recommend it. Also better than the Michael Che show, in my opinion. But
Michael Che has this show too.
on HBO that just came out, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
on the Sam J. The reason I bring up the Sam J. show is because during one of the episodes, there's a guy that was like, he was basically saying like he's a follower when it comes to things like vaccines. He's like, if LeBron James posted that he got the vaccine, he's going to get the vaccine. And and to that degree, like I get it. I get the influence of a celebrity posting it and like being like, listen, guys, this is the way we should go. And I know I have millions of followers, and I know I'm going to influence people to do the right thing because I do think getting the vaccine is the right thing. But when someone who doesn't have that following, and I guess it's kind of like elitist of me, but I'm just like, I know you never posted anything about the vaccine, about coronavirus or anything, but like now you're posting that you got the vaccination. That person, I'm like, you didn't do that. You just did that because you saw everybody else doing it. That's my only thing.
Maybe it's possible.
I
But like,
think the same about the voting.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
there's people that are legitimately proud to exercise their right to vote, especially in the face of like so much adversity that goes on, whatever. But there's definitely people that do it. They're like, just look at me. I'm going to wear my voting sticker because I voted.
Right.
but I mean, at the end of the day, like you can only complain so much about like if the outcome is good,
Oh, I
like
can
the
complain.
motivation. Well, then
It's your party. You could complain if you want to.
as something you say, as something
Please
you
don't
would
rip
say
me
to
apart.
me,
Please
then
don't rip me apart.
at some point you're just being
Yeah.
there's no
Let
pleasing
people
you, 'cause
let people enjoy things. And
yeah, if they're doing the right thing for the wrong reasons, I guess, then like
yes,
I mean, you can only complain so much about like their motivations.
yes, you're right. You're all right, sir.
I will continue though. I will continue to wear a mask when I go into places. Just to speak to your point, like places of retail and stuff like where people are still being asked to wear a mask. I think it's only fair that I should have to wear one.
Yeah, I mean, don't get
I
me
don't
wrong.
think
Like
it's right.
where I work, it's still optional, and like there are other places like within my company that some people aren't wearing it. But at least in my space specifically, most of us, actually
Public facing.
all of us, yeah, still are deciding to wear a mask. But I have coworkers in other spaces that are deciding not to wear a mask, and like it's fine. Like they're vaccinated, and I only know that they're vaccinated because like they've communicated that to me. But like it's just like the reason I brought the whole thing up. It's still very jarring when someone
Yeah.
comes up to me with an energized people coming up to me in general is bad.
Energized.
Like someone
That's
walked
such
up
a
to me.
good word.
Someone walked up to me so fast the other day, and I was like, "You cannot!" Like, I'm still used to 6 feet distancing, which I was thriving in, by the way. Like, you
You're
cannot
like,
just walk up on me.
please. You were just like praying that they moved that back to like 8 feet.
well, no, it was even though they said 6, it was like meant to be like 10 or 12, right? So
Right. Like that was the compromise.
Yeah.
with the compromise.
I
Yeah.
love
But
it.
I went to like the mall, and it literally says like masks are required everywhere. Like it doesn't say, oh, due to the recent change in CDC guideline. And there's just people like blatantly ignoring the rules. Like I mean, I guess people blatantly ignore the rules all the time, but like
Yeah.
you wouldn't just
Welcome
like
to
go.
America.
Yeah, seriously. Like
Like I think that's called crime.
I think that's called crime. Nah, but you know what I mean, like stupid
Yeah.
social rules. Like you wouldn't go on the opposite side of the escalator or something like.
People do that too, though.
People do that, yeah. But no, the best was when I went to the Peloton store in the mall because, and this is just
Wait,
hilarious to me.
are you getting a Peloton?
No, I'm not getting one. My somebody I know has one, and they were saying like that they like the shirt that comes with it. Like, and I
Oh,
like tank tops. It was a tank top shirt, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'll just if they have a store here, and I see that they have like racks of clothes in there. I was like, let me just ask. Like, maybe they have it. Maybe I'll just see if it's nice or whatever. And they have the mall is different now. I guess like they have people like right at the front of the store. I'm sure you know this. Like, like asking like, oh, what do you need? Blah blah blah. This guy came out to the front door of the. I couldn't even get in the store, and he's got his iPad, and he's like, oh, how can I help you? And I was like, oh, like, do you guys have the tank top that comes with the Peloton? And he's like, oh, we have clothes. And I was like, well, yeah, but do you have the tank top? Like, I know you have clothes. I can see it from this distance. And he was like, yeah, we have like this. We have one. And I was like, oh, is there any chance that I can like just like take a look at it? And he's like, oh, okay, well, what's your email? And I was like, I didn't even get in the store yet. And he was like, yeah, just give me your account information. I was like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I don't have an account. I don't have a Peloton. I'm not getting a Peloton. I just was curious about the shirt. Like, and he's like, well, just let me get your information and then, whatever. And I was like, I don't want to give you my information. I just want to see if I could get this shirt. And he was like, well, I can't let you in without signing you in here. I was like, okay. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to Old Navy.
But honestly, I'm not. I expect nothing less from experience. The fact that what you experience in a Peloton store, that's exactly how I imagine they would treat you.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta get you. They gotta send you those emails. Like,
yeah. I mean, I feel bad because, like, I mean, my store isn't that aggressive. Like, you can come in without giving me.
No, I know that. I just like other stores. They were like, "Oh, do you want to look around? Do you have an appointment?" They want to like help you. They want to direct people so that there's not crowds or whatever.
Right.
Which I get. Yeah. I totally get that. You can't go in the Apple store anymore. Which that breaks my spirit. Like,
Mike's like, he can't get his fix.
I had to like put my paws up to the glass. Like,
that's odd because I was recently in the Apple store because I had to get my phone replaced.
I think they ask you if you have an appointment. Well, at least the last time I went, they ask if you have an appointment.
Yeah, I had to.
And then they do your health screening. So I don't think you can like casually go in there.
Oh yeah.
Temperature check.
Yeah. So yes, that's my personal hell is not being able to go to the Apple store.
I just want to look at the new iMacs. Like, what's the big deal?
You set up an appointment. Watch Mike's gonna have like 7 consecutive appointments.
Sir, it looks like you booked us from 9 a.m. to 4.
He's like, yep.
Damn right. I'll see you guys later. I'm buying lunch. I wanted a new case, and they were like, "Oh, okay, just go see Johnny at the end there. He'll give you your case." And I was like, "Oh, I don't even get to go in anymore." Okay. Yeah. He was like, "Here, you, Michael. Here's your case. Get the fuck out of here."
So something was kind of interesting that I wanted to talk about. So Kamal, you put this in there, and I saw this Superman whitewashing, race swapping. Well, first, I guess let's talk about. I know what brought that topic on, especially in regards to Superman. I saw a Rugrats promo today, and I didn't know there was a new Rugrats movie coming out. So now I kind of just want to get into that because who are they changing in Rugrats? Did they make like Chucky black? Because I kind of hope they did.
So I think
a nervous ginger black child.
So what I was referring to is because like they rebooted the show and like made it like a 3D claymation, not claymation, but like
that's kind of described.
It's like it's 3D. It's kind of weird textured.
Yeah, it's all right. But
weird
like
textured.
There was like an article I saw that apparently they've now made they've made the character Betty,
She
who's
Asian?
Phil. No, Betty's Phil and Lil's
She
mother.
Asian.
Wait, Betty is Phil and Lil's what?
Mother, the twins.
Yeah, like
Oh,
she's supposed to be
okay,
like,
okay,
isn't she supposed to be like a tomboy?
yeah,
They've made well in this reboot. She is now either they've made her a single mother or but they made her she's now queer
okay.
and
I mean, she wasn't. I mean, how do I say
they
this?
made her queer, but I think they've also either they've made her like uh a single either they made her like a single mother from like the get go or she's like divorced and
Hmm.
like for some reason that shows you how like deep my 90s goes because I was like the first thing I was like oh so y'all just gonna disrespect Howard like that so apparently so
Oh wait, they
and like
totally erased Howard from existence?
I don't know
You
because
haven't
like
watched it yet.
I don't care much about the reboot so either
Okay.
but no whether they erased him made it that they're divorced and now
Hmm.
she's a single mother and like in this move I was like that's why I lumped it because now like instead of like in addition to like race swapping now you're like uh changing orientations and stuff like that
Okay. All right.
and so for this because like I found the conversation interesting because they were like people in the comments were talking and they were like uh which I found interesting was they were like, well, she was. I kind of always got that impression
Right. That's what I
that
was
she
gonna
was
say.
that she was gay based on like her characteristics, or like they created like their own brain headcanon that like she was
Hmm.
actually gay,
Right.
but either she was using Howard as a beard or like
Hmm.
she was in the closet the whole time and she's finally
But
uh
okay, and I don't know if this
come
is
in
problematic to say or
come
not,
and
but like
accept it.
that's definitely the vibe that
And
I got.
my reaction, because for some reason I seem to have all these like interesting because most of these topics were sparked by conversations with the lady.
Uh-huh.
So like my reaction, and I saw a couple people who picked up on it also, was like the whole I don't know was it like the horseshoe theory that like you get so progressive you become conservative like
I don't
that,
know about that,
but
but
like my
I've
point
never heard that before in my life.
my like you get like you're so extreme on one end that you end up like kind of meeting the other end like
right.
the
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the other end of the spectrum um but my whole thinking was like you're making up this lore that she was in the closet or that she was a beard and I was like like in your fight to be progressive you're actually being kind of
Negative.
not negative homophobic or like I don't know
You're like looking
Well,
for.
I
progress
don't know about
discriminatory
that.
because like my point is so you're saying is because she was in the fitness she was in the sports she was
Right.
strong and her husband was more meek or
Feeble.
like sensitive
Yeah.
that that must mean she's a lesbian that
Right.
like there's no like you can't be like if you have these personality traits
Hmm.
you can't just be a straight person who has a husband of this type and stuff like that, that must mean you're gay, right? Like
So,
you can't be a strong woman who likes fitness and likes sports and be straight. Like you must be secretly queer. You must have
hmm,
be using a husband as a sperm donor to fit in. I saw comments about like that too.
right. Yeah.
Um, yeah. So that was my reaction to it because
So
I thought,
just a quick question.
yeah,
So, what for you, like, and I wouldn't say even as a child because I don't know if you were exposed to what being a lesbian was or what a beard was, like those types of things. As an
mhm.
adult looking back to it, is your interpretation of their relationship she was just uh really into sports and dressed like or had these types of
She
qualities?
filled the man relationship. Like I would
Yeah,
say that.
the male.
and
role,
I
The
and I think
traditional male
I
role.
think
was
that's
that
and I
your
think that's
interpretation?
sexist. No, well, looking back,
Yeah, like you looking back, like on that relationship,
I think it
how
was
did you
just a.
interpret it?
I think it's just unless the creators like say that that was their intention, and this is not them rebooting her and recreating her in this
No, but
light.
I'm not asking that. I'm
No,
asking what your
my interpretation up until this point
yeah,
was my interpretation up to this point was that they were just showing a different dynamic between two people in a relationship.
right,
That like you can have a married couple where um the woman is strong and powerful and into sports, doesn't have very stereotypically feminine interests,
hmm
and have a weak, not weak, a more subdued, quiet. I don't know if he was even really sensitive. He didn't have that much of a role
right,
in it. You can have that, like that can be a relationship in with your parent, between two people in a relationship, and that's totally fine. It doesn't have to be a like the stereotypically aggressive, dominant, like bread earning guy, and then the house housewife. Like there was actually like a lot. There are a lot of different like life dynamics shown in the show. Like you had the the
single
uh
black
the
mom.
what single black they were
Was
they
it a
were
full family?
parents. No, they
I
had,
only remember
yeah, it was
seeing
the husband
Susie's
and wife.
mom.
Yeah, Susie's mom was a doctor. You had the single father, which was Charles,
Uh,
which they kind of got rid of
what?
because
Wait,
they,
sorry. Just let's just go back because I don't remember ever seeing Susie's dad.
yeah, Susie's dad. He actually, I think he actually looks like he kind of,
I mean, I'll
yeah,
just look it up, but I just
yeah,
really never
yeah.
remember that. So
She
I
had
thought she
both.
was a single mom, but
She
yeah.
had both parents. No,
Okay.
her. I don't know what her dad did. Because well, Susie had a really small role in that show to begin with. But yeah,
Mm,
Susie's dad did something, and her mom was a doctor. You had
right.
the single father, which was an interesting parallel. You had
Mm.
the
He had an interracial marriage later on.
you had the interracial with when he finally remarried.
Right.
I mean, they explored the uh the notion of like losing a parent and
Mm.
like how that like affects the.
Solid show. They don't make them
Yeah,
like that anymore. Yeah.
way
I
ahead of its
just
time.
yeah.
And like
Mm.
my idea was, and my issue with the white, like the topic of the race swapping and the whitewashing, all that is just introduce a new kid and make you, if you wanted a gay single mother, just
Mm.
introduce a new parent and a new child with a kid with a gay with a queer mother. If that's what
Right.
you wanted, don't like I think it's more offensive to say that like, oh well, look, she likes sports and she was strong, so she had to be
hmm
a lesbian,
Okay,
rather
but
than.
what would you say to someone who saw that and related to it and was like, because there's definitely characters, and I know you're gonna rail me for not having specific examples, but like people identify with characters and they project themselves onto them, right? Like I feel like that's a natural progression, and when you feel like, you know, this character on screen, whether it's openly said or not, that what's the mom's name? Do you remember?
Which
Dee
one?
Dee.
The Dee Dee. So like whether it's openly
That's
said that
Tommy's. That's Tommy's mother,
whatever
Betty.
the Betty. Okay, there you go. Thank you. If we say that whether we say Betty is openly gay or not, or whatever their relationship is, there could be someone who sees that Betty character and is like, "Oh, I feel like she represents me, and I'm a gay woman, and I have a lot of those characteristics." And maybe because of the time that the show was out, like you couldn't make those open claims of, maybe the writers did intend for her to be this way, and they wrote her that way intentionally to represent that type of relationship.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
But
That's what I'm. That's
yeah,
what
but
I'm.
just because, but you're saying, well, they didn't say that outright, so it seems
No,
like you're
I'm not
saying
saying
it's
they say it.
wrong for people to
No, I'm not
think
saying
that
they
as
said they
interpretation.
didn't say it outright. I'm saying if they were saying if the writers creators were like that was our intention, but we weren't sure that like audiences and the corporation and the
Oh,
system weren't comfortable with having an open
right.
gay character parent on the show, and so we left hints about to like
Right.
implied.
So
That's one thing. I haven't seen that. Two, I think that's still a problem. I still think
my,
it's kind of playing into stereotypes of
wait, them writing it that way and
what.
not acknowledging it, or
Yes, yes.
I
That like
mean,
this, like, oh, like look at that. She likes sports. She's strong. Wink, wink. Therefore, she's
I think the
probably in the
strongest examples are
she's
that
in the
she
closet.
are in her images. She has a short haircut, always has a headband on,
All
and
stereotypes. All
she has
stereotypes.
though her shirt is not a stereotype. Her shirt is literally the feminine symbol, which to me was like kind of a way of saying that she is
That's
not
all.
lesbian. She's just pro women. Like
Yeah,
she's just
that's what I'm saying. Like by implying that her being a strong woman is meaning that she's also a lesbian is stereotyping. Just like I was like, if like the writers didn't feel comfortable and they had to like suggest it and hint at
mhm,
it, that's fine. If they said that was our intention the whole time, but we didn't feel comfortable, we didn't have the backing or
right,
the courage to make her
put that
that
character,
way,
yeah.
or we weren't allowed to make her this way,
Hmm.
that's fine. But like if because even I'm pretty sure even in like the follow up show, which was I guess still
No, that
before
was
this,
like the early 2000s. It still
yeah,
wasn't,
it was
and it's
still.
still Nickelodeon.
But like that's my point. And my whole
you can
point is
make the
like
argument that Angelica's mom, I don't remember her name, but like you can make the argument that she could be like a single parent or something. She
She was
was
the
different.
dominant one.
she
Yeah,
had a
she wasn't
husband
like
also.
she
She had
didn't
a
give
husband, but
off like the
she was like very similar in that she was also a very dominant presence.
overpowering,
Yeah,
dominant. Yeah,
she was the corporate
Hmm.
the breadwinner, and
Right.
like that was an interesting thing of like
break the
how
glass ceiling kind of woman.
yeah, and like how she wants to empower her daughter, how maybe this instilling these values of leadership
Hmm.
could maybe have influenced the way Angelica bosses around and mistreats her the other people around her because she
Right.
misinterprets what leadership is and how like they did a lot, and they like if it was just that we wanted to make a gay character and we couldn't at this time and we want to do it now, just make just
A new
make a new
character.
just make a new character. Like
But why make a new
they're
character
changing
if that's their intention? If that was
huh?
their intention, if that was their intention and they couldn't do it, then why wouldn't you say like, well, now we can make her fully like who we
I don't
intended
know.
to be? Maybe
I
we
feel
only
like
wrote that Howard character because we needed to make it passable. Like you don't
I
know
don't
that
know.
situation. And
I feel like
I
it
just want to
also
get one thing.
it
I just
does
want
a
to get one thing
disservice.
out. I just
Yeah.
want to get one thing out. So what I was saying earlier is that like there might be people that relate to this character, and whether they say it openly or not, people are still going to project themselves onto that character. And if after 20 years of watching the show, even if it wasn't explicitly said by the creators, if the followers and the fans of the show have rallied and support the idea of this character being this because it just makes sense to everyone, like I don't think it's in poor taste to service that and acknowledge that and be like, you know what, maybe we do need this type of character to
Yeah. But at the
you
end
know
of the
fill
day,
that space.
yeah, if you want to fill that space, but like everything else is unless you're saying that like yeah, the signs that we're giving out are also we're playing into stereotypes, then just admit that and that's fine. That you're
Mm.
saying that women can't have these personality traits without being gay. That like
I think it's
or
unfortunate
implying
that
that like if you behave this way, you might be gay. If you're really into
But
fitness, if you're really aggressive or strong minded,
again,
if you're really a feminist,
to your point, in
then
the
you might
writing
be
of the
gay.
show, we also have Angelica's mom who has the same characteristics and doesn't present that way. So
Different
like,
though, different. There's a different dynamic. While both relationships are about like more um they're different because uh,
I agree that they're different, but
I
the
forgot her name.
similarities are there to make a
It's
stark
different.
difference.
Angelica's mother is, in terms of power, in terms of financially,
No, no,
um,
no.
what do you call it? Betty is more in like personality and appearance. He's
Mhm.
bigger than Howard and stuff like that. So, like I said,
Okay,
think
so I
it,
guess
Charlotte.
if
I think Charlotte. Charlotte and
that's
Drew,
Angelica's
right?
mom.
That's the husband is Drew.
Out,
Yeah.
So if they made Charlotte gay,
Why?
would you fit? I'm asking a question. If they made Charlotte gay,
why?
right?
No,
Instead of, would you have an issue with it because it's
huh?
not as, I guess, pandering to the stereotypes?
Because I'm basing
I'm just
the
asking a
my
question.
understanding based on the evidence, and no evidence leads to it. Or I'm not going to assume based on
Okay.
a lack of evidence to assume that. You like I said, you go into the motivations, and the writers say we couldn't do it, and but that was our implication. That's fine. But Betty and Howard were a heterosexual married couple where uh, body types and personality types were uh, stereotypically atypical.
But okay,
Atypical.
so where you don't know that in the writing it said Betty and Howard stereotypical or heterosexual couple like that, you don't know that was in the writing there. Like
Wait,
that's
they
how it was presented.
they were a couple. Yeah, and you can
But if the
only
writing never explicitly said it, then
the
you're
right
still
the right
assuming
no
that
the
it's a
writing the
heterosexual couple.
writing explained it with their relationship, them being together and being married.
That
What do
doesn't.
you mean?
There are couples that are there's a gay partner and a non
Yeah, and
straight partner.
I'm not going to I'm not creating headcanon where it's not there. I'm not going to assume
But how do you assume
that
that they are heterosexual then? Just because they're together, just because they're married, they could be married and Betty still be gay, and they just didn't explicitly say it. That exists. That's the thing. So I
huh?
think you're still projecting
Wait.
some
Wait, no. No.
like how you're assuming that she is heterosexual because they didn't say she wasn't.
No, I'm saying she's heterosexual. She's in a heterosexual relationship because she's dating a man and has children with a man and married
But
to
that's
a
still
man.
making an assumption. You could
No, it's not. They are married. They're together.
but
They
you're
have children.
assuming that she's heterosexual because she had children with a man. But you can have children with
Because she's married to a man.
non-heterosexual. What I'm saying is
Wait. No, because you're trying to say that.
you keep saying
Wait,
wait, and then you cut me off.
because if she was queer, because they're saying because there's a difference because her being her being queer was never stated or explored or
Mhm.
demonstrated.
Right?
They never explored it to that extent. They
But
explored
they never explored the way that they came into their relationship. They never explained
because they
what
weren't the
Betty's life
focus.
was before.
Because they weren't the
But,
focus.
okay, all I'm saying is that we're coming to the conclusion that this person was straight, was a heterosexual, or these two people were heterosexual, and now
Not
they're being
straight. They're in a heterosexual relationship, and I'm saying based on that,
well,
that's all I'm saying.
heterosexual relationship.
There's no evidence. There's no evidence that she was queer based on it. And you to say that she could be queer is all based on stereotyping, and that's my whole point.
So the possibility of someone being queer is a stereotype.
No, this the
I'm just
in the
saying that it's possible.
using stereotype. Yeah,
And
everybody.
you're
No,
justifying the fact
everybody
that she
can.
has children with a
I'm saying,
man
I'm saying,
No,
as a
I see
reason
what
you're
you're
for her to
saying
be
saying, Kamal. Like
heterosexual.
you're saying, like we would because of stereotypes, we would never have said, like, if we were if you were asked, like, in a reboot of the Rugrats, what parent do you think would have possibly been queer? You would have
Right.
never
We
said
all would have.
Dee Dee. Like, you would have never said Tommy's mom
Right. We all,
because stereotypes.
right.
Yeah. No, my whole point is
He's like, no, yeah.
my whole point is that you're using the stereotypes to create this headcanon, saying that she has to be what do you call it? She has to, she's probably in the closet. She like all the characters could be queer, then if all the characters could be queer but be married to um opposite sex partners then, right?
Hmm.
So they're all queer. They're all queer then. All right. Nothing means anything. What you write doesn't matter when you display it because it can all be interpreted some way because we don't know any we don't know anything else.
Listen, if
That's what this
Betty
basically reduces to.
if Betty is queer, okay, Chucky Finster is Jewish.
Wait, is that explicitly said in an episode? Because I feel like they are.
No, it's
Are they
just
Jewish?
no.
I'm pretty sure Tommy is Jewish, but
There's an
Tommy's Jewish?
episode
Oh, yeah,
with him
there, yeah,
as
there, there's
Moses,
Tommy's Jewish.
or he's the baby
Hold on.
Jesus in one of the episodes.
Hold on.
Also, I
they
just
have
saw a
like
picture.
they have what do you call it? They have the
Yes, I saw that
grandpa
picture of
telling
Angela.
them what happened.
Tommy is of European Jewish heritage.
Yeah, the grandpa tells the grandpa tells the story about the Old Testament stories, right? Like the
Yeah,
of Moses
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Actually, Dee is Jewish.
Oh,
Okay.
is she?
Yeah.
I just saw a picture comparing Chucky Finster to Ed Sheeran.
'Cause they have orange
That's
hair,
the
because
first
they're
mistake that
Jewish.
they made, was not making this a life like just like real people playing these characters.
Nah, that would make it terrible. That would ruin everything about it.
Do you just like hate Ed Sheeran, or like you just
No,
don't want
because nobody. Why would you? Who wants that? They are
a live
like
action?
let's
Rugrats?
let's make a good show and then let's have an interesting a legacy show that's great on its own, and let's ruin it by doing poor live action updated remakes of it. That's
Oh my God, guys! Right now there is some kind of church group walking outside of my window right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bunch of kids in like white robes and like fake candles and stuff. I've never seen this before.
Is today a holiday? Like a religious holiday?
Is it? I don't know. I've never seen this before. And none of them are wearing masks.
well, I'm not surprised. No offense, based on where you're.
There's one mask. I know that.
I mean, maybe it's just like I know for like Easter, some people will do like a Jesus is back parade.
Well, that passed already.
That passed, yeah. I'm just thinking maybe
Jesus already rose.
There's a girl that's got the yams.
you can see it through the white robe. Damn.
No. She's got like a romper on.
Oh, nice. Good for her. Bless her heart.
Bless her heart.
And bless the yams.
Lord be to Jesus.
Long story short, just make new characters. Just make new, good, interesting characters.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be a reboot. It would be a different show.
No, it wouldn't. It would be this.
I mean, the core of it would still be the same. I mean, they could make minor changes. I don't know that I want. I'm honestly, and maybe Kamal is just gonna say that I'm sexist or a disgusting bigot, like he usually does. But like, I'm
just calling. I just call it how I see it.
Calls them as I see them. I'm totally fine with Betty. I don't like them erasing Howard. I think the interesting take would be totally like opening up that whole conversation of like Betty is a gay woman, Howard is a straight man or whatever, and they're still co-parenting and coexisting out of love. Like I think that's
exactly.
way more.
Like I said, I don't.
More interesting
I haven't been paying.
I want to know the story.
Too much attention to the show,
right?
To like go into that. I just feel Howard's being disrespected. I don't like it.
Then like I
to
be disrespected, like that haircut. Come on,
they all have terrible haircuts.
Together.
They all have terrible haircuts. I think
Tommy's dad looks like manic. Honestly,
yeah.
I was gonna say one thing that we didn't talk about yet was we don't have to go into it, but like basically the show painting Tommy's dad as like the fly-by-night father. Like I just love that trope.
Wait, what do you mean the fly-by-night father?
Like he's like there's the meme. They made a meme of him where it's like "Oh, Stu, why are you warming up milk at 3 a.m?" He's like, "Because I've lost control of my life."
I love that meme.
Like,
I don't
and then
think I've
there's
ever
this
seen
picture.
that.
He always has like 5 o'clock shadow. Like he just can't
Oh.
keep up with having one child. Like,
Well, it's also because he's like what do you
The
call
toy
it?
maker.
oh, he's an inventor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's always trying to create that new idea. And that's kind
much
of
of a mental strain.
the trope for all the like all inventors, like the I guess
Scratchy
manic,
beard,
the manic,
pencil
like
in the pocket.
less overworked, lack of sleeping guy who's like
That's who I want to be. Like, that's
dazed in
like
their
growing
basement,
up. I was
in
like,
their
"Fuck
garage.
Tommy Pickles. I want to be Stu."
Why? I don't know.
I don't know. Like he had like a green blazer on all the time.
Hold on. I
It's
want
like
to
green
bring
or
up
like
another vintage
teal.
cartoon. Because this is something, Mike. I don't know if you saw this in the group chat, but so there was a $18,000 art installment that's sold recently, and it was essentially a 5x5 taping down of like a square space. So it's just like white tape on concrete. And it was the concept. The way it was sold was that it was an invisible sculpture, right? Something like that.
Yeah, an invisible, immaterial sculpture.
Right.
Immaterial, because like
That's awesome.
So it sold for $18,000, and the concept is that like, oh, you can feel it, like you
can do what you want, but you can steal it.
That type of thing. So then, after I sent that, Kamal sent something from Recess, and I just wanted to know if you remember that episode, because I don't remember the episode, but as soon as I saw it, like from the art style, I was like, that's Recess, and it was so fire to me that they did a white square on concrete.
Yeah, and it almost fits because the whole idea is that like of the thing is that
you couldn't leave the square.
Yeah, it was a disciplinary device,
right.
And like TJ like decides to test it out, and he becomes haunted by like the I don't know what's the word for it, the reputation, not the reputation of it, but like he psychs himself out.
The mythical power.
Yeah,
of the square.
he dilutes himself into like being punished by the square, and then like the end of the episode is him realizing it's just lines on the concrete, and he can just step in and out of it.
The box. Okay.
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, go on YouTube and watch Recess
The Box
episode called The Box. Because now that I think about it, that's some like deep philosophical shit.
It was what you call it. It was like the design of what's her name, Finster.
Oh, the old lady, right?
Nah, not
old hunchback lady.
Is it? It's not Finster. That's a Rugrats.
Finster is Chucky Finster.
Who was it then? Oh man,
you're talking about the teacher that wears yellow, gray hair.
Yeah,
I don't remember her name, but let me pull it up. Recess.
Oh man,
teacher.
I think it was her.
That's some like Schrodinger's cat type shit.
Oh no, that was Finster. Muriel P. Finster.
Yeah, it was Finster. Yeah. So
also, can we talk about Miss Groggy real quick because she was hot. Miss Groggy, you weren't into Miss Groggy. Also, like person of color in the '90s, like we didn't have that. I was all about that.
Did. Wait, what do you mean we didn't have that?
Person of color cartoon. Not an adult. What black person of color do we have in a cartoon besides Miss Groggy and
Hey Arnold? I don't know
there was a black person in Hey Arnold.
Miss Georgie.
Grotke. Grotke. The teacher, like the nice teacher. I was into her big time.
Didn't she also not have like shaved legs? I'm sorry, I'm
into that.
But
that's not very feminist of you, Kamal.
Huh?
Oh yeah, she's definitely hot.
What do you mean? I can be entitled to not being attracted to hairy legs.
I already found a Miss Grotke lookalike as a real person. Oh yeah, she's definitely cute.
There you go. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kamal's into Muriel Finster. That's right.
And we're gonna talk about having sexual attraction to cartoon characters.
She does have hairy legs.
I can do better than Grotke.
I can
do a woman of color.
Incredible's mom. Incredible's mom.
I
First
can
of
do
all,
fatty.
it sounds like an episode. Top five women of in cartoons.
no, they're gonna leave us down.
Miss
A
Brokey's
dark.
first of all, she's so sweet. Okay, intelligent woman, great with kids. That's wifey material right there. I dare you to find another who's better
I can do better.
than Miss Grokey. I don't know about that. Okay, yeah.
But
she
There's
Fairy Legs
any
confirmed.
any of the women from the Proud family?
The mom was pretty fire. Not gonna lie.
Both of them. I don't remember
Oh,
what's her name. Trudy. Yeah.
I don't remember
The
his
the
name.
Pretty
evil
Proud, yeah.
sisters, the blue ones.
Yeah. The
We're only talking about adults,
uh,
not children. Okay, grow up.
Okay,
yeah.
you're like Mike.
Trudy.
Why do I even have to
What's
make that
the
distinction?
her friend? That's what's it? The I guess is she Latin? I don't know. The Latin mother.
La
Latin
Cienaga's mom.
Afro Latin. Yeah. Afro
No,
Latin.
I don't remember what La Cienaga's mom was like.
What her name? No, I remember what she looks like. You don't remember her name though, right?
Oh no.
No. Yeah. Right there, two women of color way more attractive than Miss Grokey.
Listen, it's not always about the looks. All right, I'm going personality here. I'm going about motherhood skills. These are the qualities.
Wait,
I'm
you don't know?
Motherhood
Wait,
skills.
they're two actual mothers.
It's a prerequisite.
I'm pretty sure Miss Grokey doesn't have children.
Well,
He
you
just
don't know
teaches
that.
them.
You don't know her backstory. All right.
I'm not.
She's
You,
great with kids.
once again, this headcanon.
You don't know her backstory.
No demonstration that she has children, so you're assuming
Okay, so
her
she
motherhood.
was a minor character. We don't know if Miss
Oh,
Finster had grandkids.
oh, now you're
so-
taking defense,
Oh,
huh?
we're gonna take it back to Valerie from the Pussycats. What?
Was she an adult, Michael?
She was an adult. Yes,
Valerie-
she
You don't know
was
that.
dressed
She
in
was
a
teenager.
cat.
You mean the black black girl
Black
from
Pussycat
the
Doll. Not Pussycat
the
Doll,
Pussycats?
Yeah. Josie and the Pussycats.
Josie and the Pussycats. Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly,
She
one
had
of
like
the best intro songs of its time.
Josie and the Pussycats. And why do I ever see that? I always picture the.
Oh, there was also a
the shark with
black female cartoon in
That's true. I don't know why, but I know exactly.
Oh, because it's all Hanna Barbera. Because I think that's a Jabberjaw, right?
Jabberjaw.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shayna Gem from it's like a
Did you
kid
just
show.
Google like?
Yes.
Like black characters.
I
You're
put
you're
in
talking
women of
about,
color cartoons.
The gem one must be Steven Universe, or is that something in the gems, the crystal gems, or like that?
Yeah, it's like yeah.
I think I don't know. That's
No,
weird.
we're
there.
only talking about our era. Okay, it's
Yeah.
our era.
and
Sorry,
adults.
jeez.
I don't. And
90s.
weird alien ambiguousness. That aren't they like? Isn't she? She's not black. She's like red, isn't she? They're like red and
She's
purple.
like red.
They're like red and purple.
I don't know that. I've actually never watched that show. I've only seen it.
I never got into that. I never got into that like that or like the.
Oh, this
that,
article is
that era
the
of Cartoon Network, like with Adventure
evolution
Time,
of
stuff
black
like that.
girls in animation. That's interesting.
All right, we're kind of coming to the end now. Do you guys have
Yeah.
anything else that you wanted to add, or you want to wrap it up here? Because this is rails for sure.
Stop whitewashing and race swapping.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Superman.
Just make
And real quick,
Orange Blossom.
let's talk about Superman real quick. And come on, when I say Superman real quick, let everyone speak, and we'll all go through it, and we'll all give our takes. Please don't just hammer your way through this conversation.
what?
He's like, I'm a
Because, like-
Superman expert.
Like, just let someone else. Superman is gonna be black. I don't know when it's happening.
They still planning on doing that? I
It
thought
is
they-
canon. Aren't they still doing it? I thought they were still doing it.
I don't know.
I know Michael B. Jordan. His name was tossed around for it. I
I
don't
saw the one-
necessarily like Michael B. Jordan at all.
I don't love him either.
I don't think he's a good actor. I think he's good.
Yeah.
looking. And that's
Yeah,
it.
that's all it
think he-
takes sometimes.
I think he's a little bit, but isn't that's the progression we wanted? Because there are tons of white stars who can't act, but they're there because of their
I mean, I don't
Oh.
think that's
attractiveness.
the progression that
Is
we
it-
We have
want.
we've been getting
Nah,
away
we
from it
nah
for
we,
years.
we want to
For
be held.
years.
Nah, that's the level of quality we get to when black stars can
Jamal
be
turning us into
as
Sunday.
media. as mediocre as the rest of their white
No,
counterparts. That's
no,
the
no.
equality. Yeah, we
That's
don't. Every
Listen,
every
Michael
actor
B.
doesn't need to
Jordan
be
ain't got
Denzel
shit
to be a
on
star.
Anthony Mackie. Okay, I saw him in that last movie. Anthony Mackie was fire.
Anthony Mackie is definitely better than.
I love Anthony Mackie. Like I wish he was my father.
Now we're getting into some stuff. We know Michael always
That's
wishes
so
he was
weird.
a black father.
That's so weird.
All right, so
But to
do we like
to
it
the
or do we
Superman
hate it?
thing,
Do we like it or do we hate it?
it's unnecessary. I don't know why. Why?
You don't want to see.
Why?
There's not a part of you that wants to see a
I
black.
want to.
I want to
see.
say it.
I want to see. I want my Blade reboot. I want my
You're getting
Static
it.
Shock movie.
Okay,
I want.
me too.
I want my Storm movie.
I'm
Okay,
tired
yeah,
of
me
people
too.
saying
I want
Wakanda
Chadwick to
forever.
come back.
Okay, I want
Chadwick to come
some
back to
black
life.
Superman.
I want Chadwick to come back to life. I want to see. I want
No,
my.
that's asking for a lot.
I want my Bishop.
Necromancy.
I
Talking
want
about
my
Chadwick
X-Men
from
movie.
Spellman.
I want my black heroes. I need more of that. I
But
want my
it's
Storm
canon.
movie.
So it is, but
Huh?
it's canon though. The Black Superman is canon.
No, I don't care about that. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna be like. Well, I don't know. Maybe for the kids.
Nick
But like
Cannon.
one thing. That's the weird balance between like representation and stuff like that. Because like
It's not
it's
all about
important.
you, Kamal.
It's important. I want my John Stewart. I want my black Green Lantern. Like I want
Do it.
these. I don't
Well, you're
need.
getting that.
I
You're
don't
getting all
need.
those things. Like
Am I getting?
at least
I
70%.
don't have a Static movie yet, and I don't know about no John Stewart movie yet.
Is well, I don't know. The new Green Lantern is black though.
Huh?
The new Green Lantern is black. I don't know if his name is John Stewart or not. I really don't. But I know that
What do
he's
you
a
mean in
black
the
guy.
comics? Yeah,
No,
there's
in
a
the movie, in the
what
Snyder cut,
movie?
the Snyder cut. They
Nobody cares
revealed
about
it.
that. That's dead. Nobody cares about that.
How
That's
is it
dead.
dead?
How many?
They're not
How
moving
many?
forward with him as
I
Green.
don't think
As,
so.
not,
I think
I'm
there's
sorry. I said Green Lantern. I'm sorry.
Is there
That's
a black Spider-Man?
Miles
Miles
Morales.
Morales. But my fault. Come on. You said Green Lantern. I was thinking Martian Manhunter. That is my fault. I was thinking of him as the black superhero that we're getting. But okay, got it.
Why
And Martian
can't
Manhunter is not getting a movie.
Ant-Man?
He might.
Ant-Man.
I don't like
Nah.
that series as much. I like it. I don't like Michael B. Jordan for it, but I definitely want to see a black Superman. As a Superman fan, growing up, Superman was my guy, and you know, I just want to see it because why not? I think that it doesn't hurt anyone. Like you reference like it's for the kids that are growing up to see a black Superman. I think it'll be great, especially since we lost Black Panther, who was the one. Like I think this would be a
There are
great.
a ton of other. There are a ton of
I
other
know that
great
there are
black.
others. Of course, there are others, but none of them will be Superman. Like
So
Superman? Oh, come on, that's
this
like rare
for
air.
one thing.
Will Smith.
For one thing,
No,
Warner Brothers can't
too old.
do. They can't
Ice
do
Cube.
Superman well anymore. First thing, you're literally naming the worst black actors.
Whoa,
Just
Will
like
Smith is the worst black actor.
Will Smith is
for
amazing.
the role at this point.
Oh, for the role at this point.
Nobody wants a
Okay,
50-year-old
but
Will Smith.
you didn't put that. You didn't say that. I thought you would throw
And
him
this
on
dude said, "I like how you went from Will Smith to Ice Cube." Terrible.
Yeah,
That's why I was upset.
I want to imagine that was for comedic purposes. Come on, give Mike
The
some
worst.
credit. Give Mike
Like I
I'm
said,
trying, guys. I'm trying.
Like I said, give me all these other things before you give me a black Superman.
We can never
Wait,
make
what
you
if-
happy.
Wait,
What
is he going
about
to?
what about Idris Elba?
Too old.
Too old. What?
He's too
That
old.
man
wait.
looks like he's like 26.
No, he's not. Idris Elba's like in his 50s.
He's an easy 50.
What do you call
Maybe
it?
45.
You
He's
can
still in better shape
can
than
do-
all of us.
You can
Of
do
course.
Blue Marvel, who's basically Black Superman for Marvel.
I don't know him.
There's so many other characters I'd rather. He's there's so many other.
You would rather have a nobody character that no one knows about, like Blue Marvel.
Black Marvel is cool. He's
Okay.
Black Superman. What do you mean?
No, Black Superman is a Black Superman. That's who
No.
Black Superman is.
No, because you just
It
because then,
exists.
so wait, is he?
Wait, I don't want to argue about this.
Wait, is the
We're
idea is
wrapping
that
up.
because I haven't read the comic about it. Is the idea that we support the idea that he's gonna be a black Superman, so therefore like we have to address him being a black man in America, a black hero, and all that.
I mean, I would imagine, like, how else do you handle it? We
But
just
that's
saw
Blue
Captain
Marvel.
America.
That's Blue Marvel. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Like
All
I'd
right.
much
Sorry.
rather see Sam Wilson Captain America than a black Superman.
All right. You heard it
All
here
this
first.
is bad.
Kamal
Don't do
hates
it.
everything.
No, I love original black.
He only likes the original
I want a
blacks, not the
funny
made-up
black Superman. I want Martin Lawrence.
You see, that's why we can't have. That's why we don't need that because we have
Can we stop? Can we
Mike.
stop?
Mike literally Googled black actors and like the first. Let me see. Black
Don Cheadle wins over the internet.
actors,
He is everywhere.
and then you're just looking at the pictures. Yeah, I bet you going through a list.
I was looking for someone specific. Who's the guy in 12 Years a Slave?
No.
Chiwetel Ejiofor, also too old.
No.
Mike, you only know old black men. Okay, can we,
What is
But you
wrong
want
with
them
the
all to be
older
your dad.
black man?
because you got someone to lead a franchise for like 3 movies at least. You can't have a 50-year-old man.
Listen,
doing
Idris
We can
Elba
discuss
will be
this later.
alive for millennia.
it. We can discuss this
Okay.
later. Poorly made episode, whatever. God, I hate being back to this. Goodbye.